क्लास है।
ठीक है, म्यूट कर दो।
कौन है भाई?
Please mute.
Prakash, mute yourself.
Good afternoon all. So
Good afternoon, sir.
yesterday I was absent, so I could not take your class anyway. So we'll start. I hope chemistry madam has taken your chemistry class in that time.
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So now I'll start from the point where I've left. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so already we have discussed about forward biasing. So here one more thing just I want to tell you. So you know how how it operates in forward biasing, that the diode has a depletion region, okay, and when you apply a voltage in, I have not switched on video. Yes, when you apply the voltage, gradually what happens, the depletion region is decreased, and at some point the depletion region is completely zero, and after that when the voltage is increased, some amount of current flows through the circuit, and also we have seen its characteristics. How does it look like? So basically the diode utilizes some voltage for the depletion region to be neutralized. Okay, so normally, if you are talking about silicon diode, so most of the times we will be discussing about silicon diode. We have seen that silicon diode threshold voltage or its breakdown voltage is 0.7 volt. That means you can just imagine like this. This silicon diode will take 0.7 volt to neutralize its depletion region. So let us assume we have applied 5 volt here, and this is the diode, okay, and I have a resistor in this path. Okay, so if it's a silicon diode and its threshold, its breakdown voltage is 0.7, then 0.7 volt will be utilized for the threshold voltage to be neutralized. Okay, 0.7 volt will be utilized to neutralize the depletion region of the junction diode. Okay, rest it is obviously 4.3, that is 5 minus 0.7, or that is equal to 4.3 volt, will be available for the rest part of the circuit. So here in my circuit, let us say I had one PN junction diode and one resistor. Okay, so the diode will utilize 0.7 volt for its neutralization of the depletion region. Okay, and 4.3 volt will be available in the rest of the circuit. That means throughout this resistor, it will have 4.3 volt. Okay, anyway, regarding this all problematic things, we will see later. My point here is to explain you that the PN junction diode, silicon, this I'm talking about silicon diode. Okay, silicon diode will take 0.7 volt for neutralizing its depletion region. Okay, so that voltage is called as the forward bias voltage. Okay, so for different material, like if it's a germanium diode, then it will take 0.3 volt. If it's a silicon diode, then it will take 0.7 volt. Okay, so that for silicon, the forward bias voltage is 0.7. We'll see this type of problem, all these things later. Just it is one concept you should know, that the forward bias voltage will be utilized by that diode, and rest amount of voltage will be available for the circuit, other part of the circuit. Okay. So this characteristic we have seen. So, and normally this point at 0.7, the diode broke down and the current started to increase with a higher rapid rate, and this voltage, this 0.7 volt. Okay, so this was called as knee voltage, or it is also forward voltage. Okay, and regarding the reverse saturation current also we have discussed. So this forward bias voltage, which I told you as per the definition, the voltage drop across the conducting forward biased diode. That means the diode which is forward biased and it is conducting. So when it will conduct, when the input voltage is more than its threshold voltage. Okay. So as in the previous example I told you, we have applied 5 volt and the diode is consuming 0.7 volt. Okay, that means it is conducting. So that means it is forward biased and conducting. Okay, so for that kind of diode, the voltage ड्रॉप अक्रॉस द डायोड, दैट मीन्स वो जो डायोड है वो कितना वोल्टेज ड्रॉप कर रहा है इसके अक्रॉस में, दैट मीन्स हाउ मच वोल्टेज इट इज कंज्यूमिंग. Okay, so that is called as the forward bias voltage, or in short also it is notation wise it is told as VT. Okay, right. So for different materials or different PN junction diode, how much is this voltage that has been written here? So for silicon diode it is 0.7, for germanium diode it is 0.3, for germanium arsenide diode it is approximately 1.2 volt. So this slide also we have seen in the last class. So what does it basically mean? It is just the characteristic of an ideal diode. Okay, okay. In the last example, which what we saw that whether the current was increasing like a vertical line or it was gradually increasing. It was gradually increasing. Just okay. So here the diode characteristic or the current with respect to voltage is increasing gradually. It is not a vertical line, exact vertical line. Okay, that means we are assuming it has certain amount of resistance. When the diode is conducting, still it has some resistance to flow of current. But in ideal diode, we assume that when it is conducting, it is acting like a short circuit. Short circuit means what? Its resistance is 0. Okay, so for an ideal case, what you are assuming that if it is conducting, that is it is short circuited. Okay, it means ID is suddenly infinite. When it will switch on, at that time ID will be infinite, and when it is reverse bias or it is off, at that time it will be completely off or completely cut off. That's why it is completely open circuited. Actually, there is obviously not possible to design actual ideal diode. Okay, but I mean theoretically we are saying what is an ideal diode and what is a practical diode. In practical diode, you cannot say that it is 100% or short circuited, completely short circuited. Okay, but ideal diode we are assuming that when the diode is conducting, it is like a short circuit or the resistance value is 0, and when it is switched in switch off mode, it is completely open circuited or its resistance is infinite. Okay, so that thing is just noted here. For ideal diode, what is the characteristic that has been noted? In ideal diode, we are assuming that if it is negative reverse bias, then it is not conducting. That means if the applied voltage is in the negative side, then ID current will be 0. So look at the left side or this quadrant of the curve. The ID value is 0. Okay, look at this portion. ID value equal to 0, and when it is not reverse bias or it is just entering to the forward bias direction, there itself the current is becoming infinite. Okay, because just it is a characteristic of the ideal diode. Okay, So whenever it is coming out of reverse bias or whenever it is entering towards forward bias, at that time the current is becoming infinite. Okay, why? Because we are assuming that it is short circuited. Obviously, short circuit means its resistance is zero. So resistance is zero means its current will be infinite. So here we are saying that ID is a very large quantity. Okay, or the ID is infinite when VD equal to zero. And in non-conducting region, that is when it is reverse bias, obviously we have only one current, that is the reverse saturation current. Okay, and the reverse saturation current direction will be in the other way, opposite way. So you look at here, for any voltage in the negative side or when the diode is reverse bias, at that time only the reverse saturation current will be there, whose direction is in the opposite way. So here in this figure you can see ID direction is given towards left, but in the conducting region, in the left side image, look at the direction of the ID. ID is towards right. Okay. Now those parameters or those things are just theoretically written. For an ideal diode, the voltage across the diode is zero. Yes. Why? Because if we are assuming the diode is shorted or short circuited, okay, short circuited means its resistance is equal to zero. Okay, so voltage across it will be equal to how much? It will be also zero, because you know that voltage across any resistor equal to current into the resistance of that resistor. Suppose this is one resistor, okay, and let's say I is flowing across it, this is R. So the voltage across this resistor equal to how much? V equal to IR.
Higher.
Yes. Okay. So now, if let's say this R equal to 0 or it is shorted, when I'm talking about the resistance is or this portion is shorted. Okay, it is acting like a short circuit. Short circuit means resistance is very
Net
low
resistance.
or zero resistance. Okay, so obviously the voltage across this will be equal to I into 0 or equal to 0. Okay, so that thing is saying that the voltage across the diode is 0 and the current is infinite. Okay, why? Because if we are applying zero resistance, suppose this is a circuit, here a 5 volt is applied, okay, 5 volt and the resistance is 0. So how much will be the current? I equal to V by R, or 5 by 0 equal to infinite. Okay, practically it is not possible to get infinite current. Why? Because you will also not able to get a zero resistance. There will be certain amount of resistance in the wire. But we are assuming a case. Okay, if we are assuming that resistance of the diode is zero, then at that time the I or the current across it will be equal to infinite. Okay, so we are doing the characteristic of the ideal diode. Okay, if it is an ideal diode, then the voltage across it equal to 0 and the current across it will be equal to infinite. Okay, and the resistance will also be calculated as applied voltage by the flowing current, that is equal to Vf by If. Okay, here also you will get it is equal to 0 because Vf जितना voltage apply किया by If कितना हुआ? Infinite. Okay, so this is also equal to 0 and the diode acts like a short circuit. Okay, is it clear till this point? That means we are assuming,
Yes, sir.
we are assuming the diode is behaving like a short circuit, completely no resistance. Okay, the second case, or let me erase this thing. If it is not conducting or it is reverse bias, okay, all the voltage applied across the diode, okay, right? I'll tell you this point. The current is equal to 0. Why? Because the diode is open or not conducting. Suppose assume that this was my diode and I had applied. Oh, it is reverse bias. Okay, so I'll do it like this. Okay, so now it is reverse bias. So as per our notation, what we saw that this diode is open circuited because it is reverse biased. So I can say the diode is not connected. Diode is switched off, or it is disconnected, or it is open circuited. Okay. So here, how much will be the current in this circuit? How much will be ID? Whether the circuit is complete, whether the circuit is completing its loop. Tell me whether the circuit is completing.
No, sir.
No, because
No,
here
sir.
I don't have path. The diode is off means what? I don't have path. So the current ID equal to 0. Okay. And if the ID is 0, the voltage across this diode, इसके across में voltage कितना हो जाएगा? Whatever you are applying, so that voltage, if you are applying VD, so that voltage is also coming across this diode. Okay, because there is no other drop in any other portion of the circuit. So that's why voltage, all the voltage is applied across the diode, and the current is 0. And the reverse resistance is defined as how much the VR by IR. That means jitna voltage to apply kiya, suppose I am naming it as VR, and the current is equal to IR. Let us say I have named it. So that is equal to nothing but infinite. VR by IR is equal to how much? 0. No current is flowing, or that is equal to infinite. Okay, and the diode acts like a open circuited. Okay, so this is just the characteristic. You just remember this one. One more thing we'll see about the Zener region. In the previous circuit, whatever we have seen, previous characteristic diagram which I have seen. Okay, so that same characteristic with extra this portion we are studying. So already we have studied about what? This reverse saturation current. Okay, what is the reverse saturation current? When you put a diode in reverse bias direction, at that time, obviously, what happens? The depletion region is widened, so there is no current due to the forward bias, your majority carrier. Only the current is due to what? The current is due to? Please answer me. When the diode is put in reverse bias, the current is due to which carrier? Minority carrier. Okay. And also we know that minority carrier, the number of minority carrier is very less. So with a very little reverse voltage, all the minority carrier are over. So after that, when you go on increasing this reverse voltage, still there is no increase in the reverse current. So that's why it is named as reverse saturation current. That we have studied. Okay. So now suppose we had applied here, let's say -1 volt. So this -1 volt was moving that minority carrier to the other side. Okay, when you increase this voltage, let's say to -2 volt, so it will increase the kinetic energy of those minority carrier. When you go on increasing this reverse potential, the kinetic energy of those minority carrier will go on increasing. Okay, so at a certain point, what will happen? This minority carrier with high kinetic energy will be bombarded on the stable atom also. So when it will be bombarded on the stable atom, it will create or it will generate new pair of hole and electron. Why? Because already we know that how the minority carrier are formed. At the beginning, in increasing semiconductor, when light or any energy comes, okay, so that break down some of the stable atom and that create a electron hole pair. Okay, so in this case also, what we are doing, we are just increasing the kinetic energy of the minority carrier. So a minority carrier with a high kinetic energy may go and may be bombarded on a stable atom. So when it will bombarded on the stable atom, that stable atom will be breakdown and it will make a electron hole pair. So like this, one point will come where lot of such electron hole pair will be created, and those will be helping to increase the reverse saturation current. So at a particular point, let us say at this point, what happened? A lot of electron hole pair or a lot of minority carrier are created inside the diode, and that will create or that will help or that will associate the flow of minority the flow of reverse saturation current, and this reverse saturation current will increase with a very high rate like this. Okay, so that current is that region is called as the Zener region. Okay, so this is called as the breakdown at a particular reverse voltage. The diode will break down. Okay, and due to the breakdown, a very high amount of reverse current will flow. Okay, so that I mean this point when this phenomenon occur is called as the Zener point. Okay, so look at here. Those things which I told you, that is written. The Zener region in the okay, so this one is the Zener region in the okay, Zener region is in the obviously reverse bias region. Okay, at some point of the reverse bias voltage, it is so large that the diode breakdown and the reverse current increases dramatically. Okay, so what happened at this point? The diode breakdown and this reverse current increases rapidly, dramatically. Okay, and this point or this voltage at this thing happens is called the peak inverse voltage, peak inverse voltage, or it is also called as peak reverse voltage. Okay, and the voltage that causes the diode to enter the Zener region is called as the Zener voltage. I mean the same thing. It is called as PIV, PRP, or VZ also. Okay. So understood the phenomenon? Again, just I am explaining in brief. When you put the diode in the reverse bias mode, due to this reverse bias voltage, the kinetic energy of the minority carrier increases. So when you go on increasing this reverse voltage, the kinetic energy of those minority carrier will go on increasing. So at a certain, and those minority carrier with high kinetic energy may bombarded with the stable atom, and that may lead to formation of more number of electron hole pair. Okay, at a certain amount of reverse voltage, a lot of electron hole pair will be created, which will be which will increase the number of minority carriers, and that's why the reverse current will dramatically increase. At that point where this thing happen, that point is called as the PIV, peak inverse voltage, or that is also called as PRV, peak reverse voltage, or that is also called as VZ, or as the Zener voltage. Okay. So how this Zener point or Zener voltage?
So then, is there any difference between breakdown voltage and peak inverse voltage?
No, the same thing. Just the same thing. I mean this point, okay, nothing else.
Okay,
These are
so
just different notation. Peak inverse voltage, sometimes it is called PRV, it is sometimes called VZ, Zener voltage. Okay. Right. Okay, so right. So this thing in this figure, actually it should not be like this. So what happens in the reverse direction? It goes and gradually it happens like this. Though in this figure we have done a vertical line, actually it is not like a vertical line. It is gradually becomes like this. Okay, so that means you cannot say exactly at what point it breakdowns. This is for a normal diode. But in Zener diode, this point is very sharp. what happens that in a Zener diode, you get a figure like this, very vertical, very much, very much sharp. At a particular point only, this breakdown happen. In a normal diode, this breakdown point is not very clearly defined. That means gradually that breakdown process happens. But in a Zener diode, that point is very sharp. At a particular pinpoint, a particular voltage, the breakdown happens. That is called as the Zener diode. So there are certain applications of the Zener diode. We'll study about that. So why that Zener diode is used, all these things. But for the timing, you just remember what is Zener region and what is this peak inverse voltage. Okay. We'll go to the next thing. Okay, temperature effect. So how the characteristic of the diode varies with respect to different temperature. First, I think you should I'll look at the diagram first. Yes, then we'll study those points. First, look at the blue line. This blue line, this is at 25 degrees centigrade, 25 or at the room temperature. Okay, and now let us say look at this big dot line, which is representing the 200 degrees centigrade. 200 degrees centigrade. So what you are observing, when the temperature increases, the diode characteristic is becoming or moving towards left, or you can say the breakdown happens early. Okay, because here in the room temperature around 0.7 volt, the at around 0.7 volt, the depletion region was neutralized and the current was starting to increase. Okay, but the same thing, if it is 200 degrees centigrade, then at an earlier point, let's say at 0.2 volt, the depletion region has been neutralized and the current started to increase. Why? Because when the temperature increases, the depletion region tries to neutralize itself. Why? It has some electron, it has some negative ion and it has some positive ion. So when the temperature increases, it gets some kinetic energy. So due to that application of that kinetic energy, some of the positive ion and negative ion come closer and then neutralizes. So that means the depletion region become thinner with increase in temperature. Getting? So if already the depletion region is thinner, then with a lesser amount of forward voltage also, the current will start to flow or the depletion region will completely neutralize. Okay, so the temperature is helping for neutralization of the depletion region. Okay, so that's what you are finding out. At some positive temperature or positive higher temperature, the curve is moving towards left. Understood? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, similarly, if you go to the negative side, okay, what you are finding out? Look at this, that same blue curve or 25 degree, and this one is for your 200 degree. Okay, you are finding out one thing, that this blue line is very close to the x-axis. Okay, but this one, this 200 degree, okay, so this this line is very far from the horizontal line. Why? Because at 25 degree, whatever the number of electron hole pairs are there, or which are the minority carrier, so that minority carrier is obviously higher at higher temperature, at low temperature. The number of minority carrier will be high at higher temperature or lower temperature.
Higher.
Obviously higher, because if you increase temperature, then more atom will be broken down and more electron hole pair will be generated, or that is more number of minority carrier available. So if more number of minority carrier is available itself, then the saturation current, reverse saturation current will also be high. Okay, so that's why we are getting a curve which is apart from the horizontal line at higher temperature. Okay, so this is the phenomenon which you should understand, why we are getting at 200 degree like this. And similarly, if it is a negative temperature, then the other thing will happen. ओके इन नेगेटिव टेम्परेचर ऑब्वियसली तो पहले से जितना नॉर्मल टेम्परेचर में जितना इलेक्ट्रॉन होल पेयर था उससे भी कम इलेक्ट्रॉन होल पेयर रहेगा, तो वो क्या होगा, उसका जो रिवर्स सैचुरेशन करंट वो और भी कम होगा. ओके, so that thing you should understand, and those things are actually written here. As temperature increases, it adds energy to the diode. Okay, it reduces the required forward bias voltage for forward bias condition. Okay, पहले मान लो कि 0.7 वोल्ट में ब्रेकडाउन हो रहा था. ओके अभी क्या होगा कि उससे कम 0.2 में या 0.3 में ब्रेकडाउन हो जाएगा. तो इसीलिए जो तुम्हारा डायोड कैरेक्टरिस्टिक दैट इज शिफ्टेड टुवर्ड्स लेफ्ट, जो कि हम दिखाए. इधर पहले ब्लू वाला था एंड ये है तुम्हारा 200 के लिए, तो वो पहले से हो जा रहा है. ओके, it increases the amount of reverse current in the reverse bias condition. Why? That also I told you, because the number of minority carrier increases with temperature. टेम्परेचर बढ़ाने से माइनॉरिटी कैरियर का नंबर ही बढ़ेगा. तो इफ दिस number of minority carrier is increased, then that current will also be more. Reverse saturation current will also be more. Okay, it increases the maximum reverse bias avalanche voltage. Okay, ये जो वोल्टेज है मतलब जिस वोल्टेज में, और इसको क्लियर कर देता हूँ, the voltage at which it break down. Okay, so that is also more if the temperature is high. Why? Because when it is 200, okay, तो ज्यादा minority carrier है. Once all these minority carrier are associated with the flow of current, okay, after that only it will go towards breakdown condition. Okay, so since we have more number of minority carrier in 200 degree centigrade, so that's why up to a larger amount of negative voltage also it will not break down. It will break down after a higher amount of reverse voltage. Okay, so that's why this point or this reverse voltage PIV is greater than this PIV at 25 degree centigrade. तो उतना याद रखो कि if the temperature increases, then the PIV will also be increased. Okay, I hope you must have understood the concept of temperature effect. Just remember this diagram. Okay, पूरा का पूरा डायग्राम याद मत रखो, सिर्फ एक ही कर्व, मतलब 20 में कितना हो रहा है, 200 में कितना हो रहा है, मतलब किस तरफ लेफ्ट जा रहा है कि राइट जा रहा है, उसको याद रखो. उसको याद रखने से जितना फेनोमेनन मैंने समझाया वो सारे याद रह जाएगा. ओके, तो रिमेंबर दिस फिगर लाइक दिस. दिस इज a let us say this is for 25 degree and the dotted line is for 200 degree. Okay, so the dotted line is 200 degree and this solid line is for 25 degree. Okay, so sometimes some short question may be asked based on this concept. So you remember this diagram. So the thing which has been noted here previous to that, that can be also that you can also remember or find out from this diagram. Clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next we'll go for the resistance level. Okay, so when I'm talking about resistance, okay, so this curve is what? This curve is between your V and here I, VD versus ID. Okay, so resistance is what? What? V equal to IR. Okay, V equal to IR.
V by I.
R equal to V by I. Okay, so you can from this point you can find out the resistance of that diode. But tell me whether this resistance of this diode is same for any point. If it is a resistor, you are taking 1 kilo ohm resistance. Okay, so that means it is constant. That 1 kilo ohm resistor, it will always provide you 1 kilo ohm resistance. तो उसके अक्रॉस में तुम 1 वोल्ट दो कि 10 वोल्ट दो कि 100 वोल्ट दो, जितना भी वोल्टेज अप्लाई करो, okay, the resistance that will offer will be same. Yes or no? But in this, whether this diode will provide the same resistance at to the different voltage applied? Yes or no?
Sir, what, sir? Once again, please say, sir.
Whether the diode will provide the same resistance for any applied voltage. अगर तुम उसको 10 वोल्ट दो, जितना रेजिस्टेंस मिलेगा उसके अक्रॉस में 100 वोल्ट दोगे तो उतना ही रेजिस्टेंस मिलेगा कि डिफरेंट मिलेगा?
Sir, we are not getting question what you are.
Question is whether the resistance of the diode is same for any applied voltage.
So we
Yes,
get
sir,
a
it
different
is.
resistance.
They're different, sir.
Different,
Yes,
sir,
Yes,
different.
obviously it is
Different,
different.
sir.
Yes. So that thing you can also get from the graph, because the graph is not a straight line. If it's for a resistor, if I'll draw a, this is Vt, or let V versus I. Okay, this curve I am doing for a resistor. Okay, तो उसका कर्व ऐसे आएगा स्ट्रेट लाइन, मतलब जितना भी वोल्टेज अप्लाई करो, सपोज इफ यू अप्लाई 10, you are getting this voltage. Okay, if you are applying this much voltage, okay, then also you are getting this resistance. That means for every time, or for every time the resistor is behaving same, but the diode is not behaving same. Okay, diode is behaving differently. If you are finding out resistance here and if you are finding out resistance here, they will be different. Okay, because as per my equation, R equal to V by I. Okay, so here if I'll find out this V by this I, this value will be different. If I want to calculate the resistance at this point, if I want to calculate resistance at this point, then the resistance will be different. Okay, that we'll see now, that whenever we are talking about resistance, the resistance can be calculated in different ways. So these are the different, what are the different ways that we'll see. Basically, there are three different ways of calculating resistance. One is DC resistance, AC resistance, and average AC resistance. Okay, so we'll go one by one, but before going to that, just look at the summary of that thing. Okay, then we'll see. DC resistance means what? It is the resistance at a particular point. Okay, at a particular point, whatever that resistance, that is called as DC resistance. Okay, AC resistance means at that particular point you have to put a tangent. Okay, or you want to find out the slope at that point. So how you will find out that slope? The tangent at that point, and you calculate the delta V by delta ID. Just don't look at this equation right now, that we'll do later. Okay, that 26 millivolt by ID I'll tell you later. Okay, so till this point, the AC resistance means what? If you are finding out AC resistance here, then it is the slope of the tangent drawn at this point. Okay, and average AC resistance is what? It is the resistance between two particular point of a curve. तुम्हारा जो कर्व था, जो तुम्हारा कैरेक्टरिस्टिक कर्व था, ऐसे था कैरेक्टरिस्टिक कर्व था. Suppose it is given to find out the AC resistance between these 2 points, then you are finding out or making a triangle kind of thing between these 2 points, and you are doing finding out delta V by delta ID. Okay, so just have a picture of these three different kind of resistance. We'll now go one by one. Once all these three resistances are over, then again we'll summarize it. For a specific applied DC voltage Vd, the diode has a specific current. Okay, obviously, and the specific resistance is given by Vd by Id. Okay, suppose at this point you want to find out how much is the DC resistance. So what you will do, you put a you make it vertically connected, and this value is your PD, and make a horizontal line here, and this value is the ID. That means for this corresponding point, how much is the VD and how much is the ID that you are finding out. Now just you are dividing them to find out your resistance. Okay. Tell me whether the resistance at this point is, let us, this point is A, this point is B, whether RA and RB. So what is the relationship between RA and RB? Whether
RA
RA
is
is
RB.
greater than RB or RA is less than RB.
RA is greater than RB.
Anyone else?
Yes, sir. RA is greater than RB.
RA is greater than RB.
Because tan theta is more, na sir. That's why RA is greater than RB.
RA is
Point
greater
A.
than RB.
Yes, sir. Because at point A, tan theta is more than at point B. Tan theta is the slope.
All of you agree? Option A is correct. How much of you are agree?
Sir,
I
because
agree.
you take anti-clockwise theta.
Listen,
RA less
just a
than
minute.
RB.
Don't go to all this mathematics, tan theta, all these things, everything. Okay. Resistance
Sir,
means
VD
what?
is greater, that's why VD is proportional to RD.
VX
Yes.
on x-axis V graph is plotted. Sorry, sir. It's not RA is greater than RB. I misconceived.
Okay. Then which one is correct?
B option,
Second
sir.
one. B
B.
option. B option, sir.
Yes. In a simple thing, you just see resistance means the flow of, how much it is opposing. Okay. We saw that what initially here it was close, or it was opposing the flow of current. Okay. When the voltage is increased, at that time it is switched on, it is allowing the current to flow. So obviously towards the right side it is allowing, and in the left side it is stopping. Okay, or that means its resistance is low in the left side and resistance is more in the higher side. Okay. Once it is starting conduction, its resistance is getting decreased. Okay. So you should know that RB is greater than RA.
Sir.
Okay. Just we'll see. You are interested in some problem, so we'll start one problem. It is very simple, nothing else, just a mathematics. Okay, calculation, nothing else. Okay. Determine the DC resistance level for the diode of the figure. Option A at ID equal to 2 milliampere, option B at ID equal to 20 milliampere. Okay. So first let us say option A will solve. Okay, at 2 milliampere. Okay, when ID equal to 2 milliampere, we want to find out the resistance. So the curve or the characteristic is given to you, and at ID equal to 2 milliampere, you want to calculate the resistance. Okay, just put a simple line here and find out the corresponding VD. Okay, then divide it, find out its resistance. Nothing else. At ID equal to 2 milliampere, VD we calculated as 0.5 volt. Okay, so RD equal to what? It is VD by ID.
0.5 by 2 milliampere.
0.5 by 2. Why? Yes, yes, right. VD by ID. So that you are
I
saying.
not fully solved that question.
Which one is not solved?
कर रहा
Sir
हूँ.
is telling he did not calculate.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
But answer is mentioned in slide.
Yes, it is already done. Okay, so answer is already done. Just I'm explaining
नहीं
that thing. So RD equal to VD by ID as for that equation we saw. Or this is a simple thing. RD equal to the applied voltage by the current, or that is equal to 0.5 volt by 2 milliampere. Always remember during this calculation, all these things, put its unit properly, because 2 milliampere means you have to write milli,
10
and
to
milli
the
means you have to 10
minus
to the
3.
minus 3. So most of the times, if this type of short question are asked, if you don't put this thing, then the answer will be wrong. Okay, so it is, though these things are very easy, you know, but sometimes you may make it mistake 10 to the minus 3, or that is equal to, you can solve it, is will be equal to 250 ohm. Okay, second one, at id equal to 20 milliampere.
40.
Yes, so 20 में एक line डालो rental and इधर एक vertical line डालो, so that is equal to 0.8. So option B, so this will be equal to RT equal to
250 ohm.
50 by IT. Okay, or that is equal to 0.8 by ID 20 10 to the power minus 3. So you have to calculate it. Okay, 0.8 by 20 equal to 40 ohm. Okay. So what basically here point is that you can observe that RD option A mein, okay, option A, how much we got? It is equal to 40, no, 250, and here option B, it is 40. That means either resistance है 250 और इधर है 40 ohm. Okay, so that thing just I was telling you that the resistance at this point will be lower than the resistance at this point. Clear? Now tell me, the resistance at this point will be more or less, or any idea about that?
Less.
Resistance is less. Okay, that means why we're saying it is less?
More, sir.
Why it is more?
Sir, greater will be.
Okay, why it is more?
What, sir? Please, once again.
Why that resistance is more at this point? At this point, why the resistance is more?
Because current is less
Yes.
and
Yes, sir.
resistance is
Yes.
inversely
Or a large
proportional to
We can
current.
also solve with the
Or-
slope method, sir. We can
Sir,
also solve with
yes,
slope
yes,
method.
that will do. Okay, that will do. But as a for a physical, I mean, understanding point of view. Okay, you know that what in reverse bias direction it is not allowing any current, or the current is zero. Okay, so if the current is zero, then you can say resistance is infinite. ओके ये जो माइनॉरिटी सैचुरेशन करंट, रिवर्स सैचुरेशन करंट, उसको हम नेगलेक्ट नहीं लेंगे तो कितना है, रिवर्स बायस में करंट जीरो है, तो करंट जीरो है मतलब क्या है, रेजिस्टेंस इनफाइनाइट है.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Resistance in inversely
Infinite.
proportional to current.
Okay, लेकिन सपोज फॉर दिस विल कैलकुलेट, बट द करंट तो जीरो नहीं है, तो रिवर्स सैचुरेशन करंट तो है ना, तो इसलिए अगर उसको लेके हम कैलकुलेट करेंगे, it is asking at VD equal to minus 10. That means at this point how much? तो ये minus 10 है, उसके corresponding ID कितना है? 1 microampere. Okay. तो
10 to the power 7.
yes, ID equal to, okay, one more thing you can just, a very important thing you should note. ID equal to minus IS. Okay, minus IS का मतलब क्या है? अच्छा, जब तुम्हारा करंट का डायरेक्शन दे रहे थे, ये फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्शन, फॉरवर्ड बायस कंडीशन में करंट का डायरेक्शन किस तरफ था? ये था, और इसमें क्या था, करंट का डायरेक्शन उल्टा था. ओके, ये जो रिवर्स सैचुरेशन करंट में करंट क्या है, ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में फ्लो हो रहा था. ओके, दैट मींस if you want to say how much is the current in the right direction, then that is the negative of that one. So that's why ID equal to minus of IS, or minus of minus 1. Here it is not written actually, minus of minus 1 microampere, or that is equal to 1 microampere. Okay, तो रिवर्स सैचुरेशन करंट जो मेन करंट का अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में फ्लो हो रहा है. ओके, तो इन द मेन डायरेक्शन if you want to find out how much current is flowing, so that is equal to minus of that, or that is equal to minus of -1 ampere, or that is equal to 1 microampere. So RD equal to, just it is calculated VD by ID, or that is equal to 10 volt by 1 microampere, or that is equal to 10 mega ohm. Okay. So 10 mega ohm means what? It is very large quantity. 10 mega means what? 10 into 10 to the power 6 ohm, or the resistance is very high. So understood? As per the our physical phenomenon, we know that in the reverse bias direction, the resistance will be very high, that we are observing here. Okay, and also we know that after this knee point, the resistance will be less, or it is starting to flow, it is allowing current to flow. That means resistance is dropping. So here we are getting less resistance compared to this point. Okay, so this problem is meant to explain you that how the resistance at different point is changing in the diode. When the diode is in reverse bias potential, reverse biased direction, resistance is infinite. Before the knee point, the resistance is somehow greater than the resistance after the knee point. Okay, understood? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next one is AC resistance. AC resistance, just in the first figure, I told you that AC resistance means it is the resistance at a particular, it is the resistance. If you are finding out the AC resistance at a particular point, that is the slope of the tangent drawn at that point. Okay, एक tangent डालना पड़ेगा एक तो point में, और उसका जो slope है, that is the AC resistance. Okay, suppose this is the Q point. Why the Q point means what? Again, that is quiescent point, or that is called as the point of operation. Okay, we'll see that Q point after few classes, 2-3 classes, when we'll solve the problem or any other the network and diode thing. Okay, so let us say my point of operation is this one, and I want to find out the AC resistance at this point. So what I'll do, I make a tangent at this point, and I calculated how much is the delta VD and how much is the delta ID. Okay, and I calculated the resistance in the same method. So what is this figure? What you are understanding here? Why it is named as AC resistance? Okay, let us say
AC current is following.
yes. Okay, suppose this was my input characteristic and this is my point of operation. So here, if the input voltage is changing like this, okay, input voltage is changing in between this range, then the corresponding output voltage will change like this. Okay, तो इनपुट में इतना चेंज करने से आउटपुट साइड में और the drain current is changing this much. If you are changing the input voltage with this quantity, if the input voltage is changed in between this quantity, then the output is changing in between this range. Okay, so in the input side we are variating or altering the signal. Okay, so that's why the resistance in that particular range is called as the AC resistance. We'll see with an example here. For this characteristic, which is shown in this figure, determine the AC resistance at ID equal to 2 milliampere. Okay, that means at this point, Okay, I think due to some network issue, it is delaying. Whatever I'm drawing, it is coming after some time. Okay, so you want to calculate the resistance at this point. Second question is resistance at this 25 point. So what you have to do? You just make a slope, make a tangent at this corresponding point. So 2 volt means 2 milliampere means put a horizontal line, and it is crossing at this point. So make a tangent. You put a tangent here. Now find out how much is the delta VD and delta ID. So delta VD, suppose I mean anything you can take, like if I'm taking the delta ID from this point to this point, so you are taking this line, तो इधर कितना है 4 है और नीचे 0 का लाइन है. Okay, so that will be calculated that how much is delta ID you will calculate from the graph, and how much is the delta VD you will calculate from the graph. Okay, and that will be divided, and that result will give you the AC resistance at this point. Now in this tangent line, suppose I have taken this point and the 0 point. तो टेंजेंट का ये जो पॉइंट है उसका कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग आईडी कितना है 4 है, और जो टेंजेंट का जो डाउन पॉइंट आई मीन दिस लोअर साइड पॉइंट, ये पॉइंट, उसका कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग आईडी कितना है 0. ओके, तो 4 minus 0 will give you delta ID. 4 minus 0 will give you delta ID. Similarly, to find out delta VD, what I'll do, I'll put a perpendicular from this point, and it is, let us say, cutting this line at 0.8, and this point is, let's say, 0.6. Okay, so this difference 0.8 minus 0.6 is equal to your delta VD, and this one is your delta ID. Now once you get delta VD and delta ID, just divide them to get the AC resistance. Clear or not?
Yes, sir. Sir, simply you are doing y2 minus y1 and x2
Right,
minus
nothing else. The same thing what you have understood, I mean studied previously, that thing we are doing here. Okay. So that calculation is just done here. My point is that it depends upon you, that whether you will to take this point or this point. It is not come. Here you put a tangent. Okay, so at this tangent, either you can take this point, and you can I mean these are the 2 points you can consider, and accordingly you can find out delta VD and delta ID. Otherwise someone else may come and he will take, I will take this one and this one to calculate delta VD and delta ID. That's also fine. So no problem, because any 2 points you take on this tangent, that will give you mostly same result. Okay. So let us say for the previous exam question, we will find out delta ID as 4 milliampere minus 0 equal to 4 milliampere. Delta VD is 0.76 minus 0.65. That means it is saying this point is 0.76 and this point is 0.65. Okay, so subtract them to get the delta VD, and once you get this thing, divide them, and you are getting 27.5. Okay. Now for the second question, at ID equal to 25 milliampere.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, some unknowns are joining.
Yes
टाइम
sir.
हो गया सर
टाइम
शायद
खत्म हो गया.
शायद
Time
इसीलिए
हो
ज्वाइन
गया?
कर रहे हैं. इसीलिए दूसरे लोग ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं.
Just
ये और का क्लास होगा शायद.
okay, just a minute. Let me take the attendance. I hope everyone must have renamed yourself properly.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just first let me take attendance and you'll see.
रोल नंबर 7 2 बार है.
Roll number 7. Just a minute.
इलेवन भी 2 बार.
वो 11 कोई और है शायद.
Okay, anyway, just let me complete this one and we'll stop here. Okay, since the other class is going on. So this is the way in which SC resistance is calculated. This same manner, you can find out the resistance at ID equal to 25 milliampere, and you will find out that resistance there will be low. Why low? Because obviously that is the portion where it is conducting. If you are finding out here the resistance, okay, so you will see in this same manner you take 2 points. I mean, make a tangent here and across this tangent make 2 points. So the delta VD, delta ID, that you can find out those value, and you will find out the SC resistance. Okay.
Sir,
Hmm.
sir, 11 Janvi Sahu, sir, are our non-class.
11 Janakis, who? I don't know who is
She is not in our class. So Subhroti Vishwal, 11.
Okay, we'll
Okay.
stop here. We'll stop here because I mean more participants are there. Maybe some other classes going on. So I'll stop here. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So happy Christmas.
Same to here. Happy
Sir,
Christmas.
advancedly Merry Christmas.
Sir, happy
Sir,
Christmas.
And Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Thank
सर
you.
छुट्टी है.
Christmas.